As expected, Black Panther is dominating the box office. The Marvel movie made a whopping $192 million in its opening weekend. Now, that's the highest grossing February open ever. That's also the fifth highest opening weekend in box office history. And joining us now to talk about the cultural significance of this movie and its success is our panel of experts. We're going to go down the line. To your left, blogger Jason Oliver. Next to him, Frederick Goodall, publisher of MoCommandStyle.com, KG Smooth DJ at 102.1, Kim Roxy, owner of Lamique Beauty, and Ashley Atkins, founder of Houston Black-owned businesses. Good morning, and thank you all for coming in early on a Monday morning.
Exactly.
Okay,
Thank you.
was this movie long time in coming, or just at the right time to be successful?
I definitely think it was at the right time. I mean, right down for the culture, I think that it showed up. And for it to have an African-American director and then a fabulous cast, I mean, I think that it came definitely at the right time for us.
Gentlemen?
I think it was a long time coming because, you know, in the past, there's always been some sort of oppression when it comes to black people in movies. We're either, you know, slaves or thugs, and so to have a lead character who was a hero and a king, I mean, it made a huge difference.
You look at the enthusiasm that everyone feels about this movie, it's just incredible. Obviously, there's a lot of pent-up emotion and desire for something like this because people went all out this weekend. They went in their African garb. They brought tons of people. People brought out movie theaters and brought hundreds of people to fill up that movie theater. So, obviously, it's a long time coming.
And what's your opinion?
I absolutely think it was a long time coming. Black Panther, the character came out in 1966, so there's certainly, we could have had it, we should have had it before now, but I don't think we could have gotten as good of a movie as we have today up until this time. So
okay,
I'm really glad it came
is that because of the big name actors? We're talking about Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, and Miss Nyong'o?
Yes.
I think it definitely has to do with them, definitely. But I also think that it has to do with the fact that, like they said, you know, we needed this. Like, our community definitely needed to see this. It came at the perfect time. So I have to acknowledge that a lot of the actors in the film were first-time actors, like for us, seeing them. And so whether they were big name or, you know, smaller actors, just it happening and the necessity of it, I think that's why everyone turned out to go see it.
Now, you mentioned that you took 40 black young men to the movie.
Actually, Jose, it was 200, a little over 200. With I'm part of an organization called Africa on My Back, and we took 200 brilliant black boys to go see it at the movie theater. And the boys were excited. The chaperones were there. It was other community leaders were there. The excitement was really high, and the kids left energized and motivated and know that they have a bigger purpose even than what they maybe see around them all the time.
The exposure to them, to the African culture, young black kids. But see, it wasn't just black children who went to see this movie.
No.
You know, the theater was spotted with all colors.
Yes,
Exactly,
definitely.
And this movie was indeed positive because the images and the messages that people get about Africa are often quite negative. And it was good to see Africa portrayed in a more positive light as the most technologically advanced country, Wakanda, in the whole world. I mean, that is something that's phenomenal. And it's a credit to Stan Lee when he created the character in 1966. They would place the most technologically advanced country in an African country in his Marvel universe. So that's the type of positive images we need to see about our people across the diaspora.
Not to mention black women and the homage that is
strong.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Exactly. I think that it's the importance of, like, a darker-skinned black woman. That's why it was important for me, because as a 30-year-old woman, it was one of the first times that I watched the film, and I'm like, that's me. Like, I relate to her character. And like they said, you know, she was strong, but it wasn't intimidating. It wasn't, I'm stronger than the man. It was right alongside with the man. And I think that's important for the black community to see, is that it doesn't have to be one gender leading or the other gender. We can work alongside each other.
How do you think this movie is going to change, let's say, the psyche of America when it comes to the film industry?
Well, I think the numbers don't lie. I think that it being going down in history now, I think that more directors and more movie studios will get on top of this. And this will not be the last time we see a black superhero.
And it's just so important for everyone to tell their own stories in their own ways. And I think there are a lot more opportunities for people to do that, and this movie is definitely going to open up more paths.
And they're showing how we relate to one another as black people within the diaspora, right? So it's not just showing how we relate to other cultures, but how we relate to one another and all the different cultures within blackness.
And also, when you include us, it also helps with that bottom line.
Right.
And the bottom line is we have to go. We're out of time right now. But thank you so very much.
Thank you,
for
Jose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for going to see the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went to see it myself, and I enjoyed it, so
Good.
I'm going for time 2 and maybe even time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We are too.
absolutely.